A little 103.7 The Game, a bonus clip with Lafayette's own MacKenzie Bourg. He is home for the holidays, both literally and figuratively, playing at the Acadiana Center for the Arts Tuesday night. Thanks so much for joining me, MacKenzie. How you been, man?
I've been all right. I've been good though. It's great to be home. I got to go to the Saints game yesterday.
Okay.
That was kind of shaky, but it was good to break my Saints curse of I've been to like 7 games in the last year.
Right.
And that was the first one they won.
Oh, so it's your fault.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not Drew Brees and not Sean Payton,
so
it's you.
We thought 16-point spread. It's like my buddies too that come with me. We were like, we're gonna make our own luck. We're gonna go to the Jets game, and then we realized maybe it is us. And then,
oh goodness!
We were really debating. We were sitting on the 7th row, and we were like, should we leave? Should we get out of here?
God, that would have been. Yeah, we don't want to see that onside kick. Yeah, we're leaving. Yeah. All right. So how did you come about doing a show here? How did that all come together on Tuesday night?
ACA is just unbelievable. The theater in there, the sound in terms of what they just really have. It's kind of soundproof. Once you get in, you can't hear the street next door. You can't hear. I mean, the show's at 7:30, so you wouldn't hear the downtown riffraff anyway. But even if the show was at 11 p.m., it's just everything is so well done and thought out in there. So I did a show last year there, and the sound it's just the way they took care of me and everything. I just wanted to do it again.
All right, so take us up. We were, went from American Idol to now. You had the #1 single on iTunes, Lost and Found. What's it been the experience since American Idol and say Lost and Found?
It's been, it's crazy because it's on the outside it looks like I have all these crazy connections and I do I have people that have really helped me in my career, but it's really been just my fans there's no. You can't pretend, I had #1 on iTunes.
Right,
you can't,
right. No.
I don't have the money to just buy the song that many times. So it's really cool to know that, let's say it's probably a year and a half since American Idol that, I could still muster up a #1 song. And it's special to me to know that, what the music I'm putting out is helping or changing or just affecting these people's lives.
What did you find out about the music business that you did not know? Since American Idol and now? I
guess what I didn't know is coming from just South Louisiana, I was a very trusting person. If people told me something, I just expected their word. So I spent a year and a half in New York, and I signed with this management company, and I had all these promises, and I had a lot on the table. I met with a bunch of different companies, and it just it didn't work out quite how they. So now I'm going to just be a little more thorough in my, audition process for, management and people that are on my team directly affecting me.
Right, so you really haven't seen a whole lot of behind the music. Right. Because that whole thing, outside of, again, Huey Lewis, right?
Right.
Everything is, founded, right? Yeah. Stardom, right? Girls, bad drugs, bad contract, and then do it all again without the drugs and the bad contracts. Usually still the girls, though. So you're good now, though.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I moved, and I have so many people that I know in the industry. Before I did American Idol, in Los Angeles. So just kind of wanted to get out of paying X amount of dollars for a closet in New York, in Manhattan.
Right.
Just getting, it's a nice 2-bedroom place with a balcony looking at the mountains for the same price. It's hard to believe that,
Oh, really? So so in New York, were you, this is what everybody does. Were you doing something else? Were you waitering or anything like that?
No. I didn't have to do that. But it was just I could have kept affording it, but it was just is this
it's tiny.
Yeah, is this
Where were you living in the city?
In West Village.
Okay.
So it's that's an expensive area, but
it's all expensive area.
Yeah, I guess.
You could have lived to Queens.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I have a buddy that lived in East Harlem, and he swore that it was this hipster town.
Right.
And I went and see him. I was like, this isn't
probably not. Probably not. All right, it's 103.7 The Game. A little bit of a bonus clip with MacKenzie Bourg playing at the Acadiana Center for the Arts Tuesday night, 7:30. He is, again, literally home for the holidays, and that's what he's doing, playing on Tuesday night.
I don't want to say Christmas show because then I felt like people would expect Christmas songs. I'm going to play a few Christmas songs. I learned a few of them, but if you say Christmas show, it's like, oh wow, a Christmas review.
Yeah, but then wasn't Jingle Bells one of the first things you learned playing the guitar?
No, Jingle Bells is one of them.
Right. Yeah. or Jingle Bells Rock. And,
yeah.
Right, and then you do Springsteen's, Santa Claus coming to town. Right, aren't those just basic things?
Those are standards.
Standards. Yeah. Yes. What else were they?
I don't know.
Nobody. We had
I just don't know if I could put up an hour of Christmas.
Well, music. Here's the thing, though, right? Nobody in South Louisiana is dreaming of a white Christmas. All right, we had it.
Wait,
we had it last week. Yes, we had it last week.
Sent me a picture. I was like, what are you doing?
Right. That's all they want. Yeah. it did happen about a week ago, but they don't want any more than that. That's good enough.
Pretty crazy. I was like, I got no snow in Los Angeles. It was fires, like literally fires everywhere. And
where are you living in LA now?
It's like West LA, like almost to Santa Monica.
Okay, all right.
So like I can see.
Not very inexpensive housing over there either, though.
No. But I mean, it's compared to New York. Everything is like a lot better.
All right.
It's I could see the Getty, like the Getty Center.
Sure.
And that was like literally like flames. Like I don't know if you saw the pictures.
We did. On the other side that's where UCLA is, on the other side of the highway.
So like we can see directly across, and it was scary. Like I had my mom and dad calling me every day, like, is the fire gonna get to you? Like, I was like, well, there's a lot of concrete from here to there.
Yeah.
So it's like I think we'll be all right, but it's just like breathing in, like on the balcony.
Bad.
Like we had a rug, and like the wind. The winds are what kind of started this whole thing, aside from the two guys cooking in the woods. But you open the balcony, and the rug moved a little bit, and it was so like covered in ash.
Oh goodness!
And you could finally see like what the balcony looked like, and like just like breathing it in, it kind of smelled like it was a huge bonfire.
Right.
But like the bonfire was 10 miles away
and much bigger.
Right.
And much bigger.
Yeah.
So what's the vibe like? Obviously, it's two different places. What's the vibe like in New York, and compare that to LA?
I think New York is very like business forward. It's kind of hard to have like an organic business relationship in New York, in my opinion, just because it's like all the people I would like, have dinner with or go to lunch with and be in the studio with. It was always like, what are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? In Los Angeles, I can be in a songwriting session with a person that has, huge songs, and they're not immediately rushing to do anything. It's just it's a lot more lax, for better or for worse.
Sure.
Sure. I liked parts of the go-getter thing in New York. I feel like I walk a lot faster and apparently drive a lot faster.
Right.
Driving. But Los Angeles has like more of a laid back.
Sure.
It's nice.
Are you juicing now?
What's that?
Are you juicing?
No.
No,
not yet. My girlfriend is, but I'm not.
Right.
I
not quite there yet.
Yeah. It's got to have some kind of like apples in it. I can't
there you
do
go.
The straight,
I'm with you.
Like green. That's a whole.
The secret is just put a little honey. That's a secret.
Oh.
Yeah, that takes out any bitterness. Just a little honey. Just a little bit. You can't do too much.
Spirulina? Have you heard of this?
I have not.
It's like a ground up green powder of some
right.
kind of plant.
It's all in one mix. Is that what she's doing in the morning? Right.
And it's like that. It's a kale, and I was like, yeah, maybe we'll drink it, but not just green.
Right.
I can't. I'll just eat them. I'll just cook them.
Yes. All right. So how did we come up with Lost and Found?
Oh, it was this guy Mike Campbell in New York. I've written like 6 or 7 songs for my album with him. He did the song "Say Something." I don't know if he say something. I'm giving up. It's like a huge 30 billion.
Oh, wow.
30 million.
Okay.
Not billion.
Right.
He wouldn't be writing with me.
Right.
But 30 million. Songs, and he wrote that whole song. So
okay.
Written like tons of number ones, and we were just kind of like sitting around, and I wanted to in school when you had like the physical lost and found,
sure.
You lost a book, and there was like
right.
this weird room,
right?
And, they don't really have that anymore. So I was like, we wanted to relate that to like how you were I was feeling at the time,
right?
So it was just like it worked out really nice, and then we got a producer out of L.A. His name's SR to kind of give it that huge field, and it just took off.
So how long is the process between you thinking, all right, song's done, now let's go record it? Was there any adjustments in there? Was there a rewrite in there, or
there was more. It was more so on the production end,
right?
Just because we finished the song. I finished the song with Mike, and then we had an idea. I cut all the vocals at his house, and then we sent it to Los Angeles.
Okay.
So if we would have been in the studio with SR, he's like, I want to say he's like 26, like super young guy, but
sure.
he's signed to Randy Jackson, and he's got like this whole like production thing.
Right.
Like it's all got this cool sound, but it's just like, you know, he sends one and then you want to send notes back, so then he's got to change it and go. So it's like, if it was the kind of thing where if we were doing it in this room, it would have been done in like 6 hours.
Right.
But since it was sending via email, it took like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
It's still not bad.
No,
still not bad at all.
Yeah, but it was nice. The longest part, I think, was choosing that would be the single that we would release.
All right. So anybody cool out there that you've met? You're like, I can't believe I'm talking to this person right now.
In New York,
or LA.
In New York, my like 2 closest friends were Dez. He had done the voice with me a while back, and then my buddy Alex. He's doing a solo project now, but he was in this band called The Cab. They were pretty famous, and it's funny because I've known him and his girlfriend Josephine, who is a Victoria's Secret angel,
right?
Like the past like 5 years before when she had like 3,000 followers on Instagram, and now she's got like 5 million.
Right.
So it's like cool. It's like now it's cool to see like. Like I was walking in the airport and I saw her like on the Victoria's Secret thing, and I was like, oh, huh. So it's cool. I mean, I'm sure it's cool for him too, obviously.
Right.
It's
he's hoping it lasts now.
Yeah.
You go from 3,000 followers to 5 million. He's got a few more choices.
Yeah. And I got to play at Madison Square Garden.
No kidding.
Yeah, the last month I was there, I did like a celebrity game. It was unbelievable. I was like,
hold on, you got to play what?
Basketball.
You played basketball. I was going to say, did you play the guitar? Okay, all right.
Yeah, even better.
So you played basketball.
Yeah.
All right.
It was like a celebrity game, and Justin Bieber was on my team, unfortunately. So,
okay. But you're better than he is at basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, yeah.
I mean, did we send it to Danny Broussard? We send video to the coach? Did you get critiqued?
I sent him some pictures.
Okay.
But he shoots a little funny.
Okay.
I think I had like 12 points. I didn't shoot.
Oh, wow.
I didn't shoot a lot,
Right.
So
but you still had 12 points?
Yeah, right. 12 points.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't keep the other stats. But,
right.
But they had like they had like a few WNBA players.
Oh, wow.
And it was like D'Angelo Russell was the coach.
Sure.
J.R. Smith was the other team's coach.
Nice.
Yeah. It's pretty funny seeing him. But J.R. Smith's brother, Chris Smith.
Okay.
He had played for the Knicks for a while. He plays overseas now. Like he was playing in the game.
Oh,
it was
okay.
just like I couldn't figure out who it was until I saw J.R. Smith like hug him after he like did this like crazy thing, and I was just like, oh, okay.
Now, was anybody surprised that? I mean, did you tell anybody?
Oh,
I can play a little bit.
No, yeah, there are people come up to me after, like even D'Angelo Russell was like, you got to go back in. He's like, because like they took us out based on just like time. It wasn't really like trying to win until like the end of the game, and he was like, we need to get you back in. He's like, shoot it, because like I was like so timid to shoot because there's so many people on the team. Like it's like, you shoot it. Like, and he's like, because I made the first one right in front of our bench, and like he like slapped me, and like he was like, let's go, and I was like, all right, thank you, sir. Like,
so would you be more nervous playing basketball at Madison Square Garden, or if you had the guitar?
Oh, basketball for sure.
Oh, you were. Oh, okay.
Yeah, guitar, I feel like I'd be fine, in my own element. Like basketball, it's like, I don't know, because it's a celebrity game. I play on a team called the Hollywood Knights in Los Angeles, and like. I mean, I'm probably the least famous. Like Denzel Washington has played on this team.
No kidding.
He was younger. Like it's like there's a list of people.
Right.
So it's like hopefully one day I can like put the credibility on the name. But like it's that team is different because it's like a team of us playing against like different high schools in Los Angeles, and they
fundraisers.
So it's like
it's
competitive,
all
right?
But it's fundraisers.
Yeah.
For the high school.
Right.
Okay.
So it's not. You play like the alumni and the faculty. It's like a competitive game. There's refs, but these other types of games where it's like you play against other like celebrities.
Right.
There's such a weird feel out process for the first like 3 quarters that like no one's serious, and it's like there's like 2 people trying, but they kind of look like jerks, and it's like there's
nobody wants to get hurt.
Right.
It's the most
it's
important
like, so
thing,
it's like
right?
I was like, I felt like. I came, like, I ran full court to block someone's shot, and I was like, it was, like, second quarter, and I was like, should I have done that? But, like, everyone was, like, cheering, so I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it again. But then, like, shooting-wise, I didn't want to just, like, you don't want to, it's not like.
Well, you want to miss on purpose.
Yeah, right.
But the last thing they really want is hustle.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, oh, he just scored 15 points in 3 minutes. Like, that's kind of
You're hogging
rude.
the ball.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so let's finish up with MacKenzie Bourg again. He's playing Tuesday night, Kitty Center for the Arts. #1 hit on iTunes when it came out about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months now, was Lost and Found. What's next?
What's next? I'm going to release an album in January.
All right.
I'm planning. I probably shouldn't have said that
right.
so solidly. But, I mean, there's enough songs probably for 3 albums at this point.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's just figuring out like the business side of things.
Sure.
You know, the management company I mentioned, I'm kind of getting out of that now. So it's once I can get out of that, I'll find out how I'm going to go about the next steps of, you know, releasing it, distributing it.
How has the songwriting evolved, do you think?
I think I mean, I just look at songs. I did a bunch of shows in New York, like on a rooftop, and I did one in LA. And
that's so cool.
And it's like, thanks. I wanted to do something that's like not just like show up at a crusty venue and you know, plug in. It's not like, it's like what I'm doing isn't it. I don't need to just go there and plug into their PA system. So it's nice to be able to like kind of have these out of the box things. But people have been asking me like at shows to play, since they're like so close to me. They're like saying like, can you play this song? Like, and it's like a song I released like 7 years ago, and like, so I'm like playing it like, and it's like, I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, it's pretty good, but like the stuff I have now is just like at such a higher level. Really? It's just like.
Now I saw a documentary on Rush actually, and they were playing one of their. I mean, they got songs forever, 40 years, and they haven't played a lot of their songs, right? And they're playing new songs, and they're like, we have to practice them,
right?
And it's not muscle memory, it's not Tom Sawyer or anything like that. It's, you know. Is that an issue for you? You're saying 7 years, and they're talking about going back to the 70s.
I have a pretty embarrassing story. I did 3 rooftop shows in New York, and the third night, someone asked me to play. I have a song called "Heartbeat," and I mean it's a good song. I just haven't played it in forever. So I'm playing it, and I'm like midway through the chorus, and I was like, I'm just gonna play through the first chorus. Like I haven't played it in a while. Midway through the course, I'm like, I am killing this. Like, I'm gonna keep going. Like, I'm giving you a great performance. I was like, someone pull up the second verse on your phone and show it to me. And then they show it to me. I'm playing the wrong song of my own songs. I'm playing another song called "Everyone's Got a Story." No one told me anything because like I was doing a great job, but everyone was like,
"That's great."
Like, I looked at the phone and I was like, "Oh my god." And I was like, guys, that's so embarrassing. I was like, you're the ones. I mean, you can tell this to everyone. Like, feel free. Like,
that's hilarious. So and no one stopped you.
No, I was like, it's even worse because I was like, in my heart, like I was like, I am giving these people like, I can play this song, and then I was like, and I saw the lyrics, and I was like,
did you stop or did you keep going?
Oh, I stopped immediately.
Oh,
I was like,
you should
immediately stopped. I was like, oh my god. Like I was just like, I was in shock. I was like, that is the most gut-wrenching, embarrassing thing.
You should have kept going, finish the song, and then
They were like, keep going. I was like, I can't. The moment's over. I was like, I just with a serious face played the wrong song for 2 minutes. Like,
well, welcome back. Thanks very much. Again, MacKenzie Bourg, Tuesday night, the ACA, 7:30, home for the holidays. Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming in.
Man. Merry Christmas to you. Awesome, man.
All right. We'll get you got to get you to sign the board.
Oh, yeah.